StarCraft. Yeah? Hell yeah. Let's get into game one of this best of three between two of the all-time greats. Two of the strongest Korean StarCraft 2 players we have. In the lower left-hand corner of Alcyone, it is the Shopify Rebellion's ByuN. His opponent in the upper right-hand corner, the Red Zerg for onside, Solar. Should be a very solid match between these two. I mean, these guys always give great games. I feel like I haven't gotten to see them in a while, though. You know, I don't get to cast the EPT Korea very much anymore. It's on at 2 a.m. my time, and much passion as I have, it can be a very difficult time to cast StarCraft and be able to do anything else with my day. So don't get to cover that as much. And Solar plays very often in the KSL, so I get to see him a lot. ByuN, though, apparently it's too early for him. Asking him to play in a tournament at noon on a Saturday, it's a little too much for the gamer time of ByuN. So I haven't gotten to see too much of him lately, except in these American Open Cups, America server. But now we get a little double Korean action, so we're on the Korean server. No crazy ping for either of these players, and we finally get to see some good ByuN versus Solar action. I'm happy to be here casting this one. That was despite the fact that every other caster seems to be getting into this one, I was like, you know what? I don't care for once that I'm not going to be covering something like original. I usually try to spread out the casting, but I just really wanted to see this. I love casting ByuN, and Solar is one of the strongest Zergs in the world, so I'm really looking forward to this match. And ByuN already given us some spice here. Starting it off on Alcyone with the 3 racks Reaper opening, which means a lot of Reapers are coming. I actually haven't seen him do this one in a while. Usually it's been 2 racks and either 3 Reapers, or sometimes 5 Reapers if he wants to get a little more aggressive. But the 3 racks Reaper, it can snowball very, very quickly, especially if Solar doesn't realize it's coming in. Right now, he has no reason to expect this to be 3 Raxes. I think it's not until the 4th Reaper comes over that you really realize how many Raxes this is going to be. Because that 4th one gets there a little bit earlier. Whoa, 2 of these Reapers so low, but they are just going to run away. The 3rd Reaper gets out of there too. And they're going to start healing right back up, and now they're joined by the 4th. And there's a 5th and a 6th on the way here. 3 more Reapers being made as well. That's up to 9 Reapers from ByuN. Let's see if he can get some big damage here. He's diving into the main base. There's a lot of Lings out. There's another Queen on the way, but the Queens stop being able to fight this pretty soon. They really need the Lings to buffer for them. Oh my god, the 1 Reaper diving up just to help kill a couple more Lings. And now this base is in a lot of trouble. The Lings are going to come down here, but there's no... Oh, actually, Ling speed just finished up. That's going to help Solar quite a bit. But ByuN needs to keep all the Reapers together. Can the Lings get the wraparound? Ooh, a couple Reapers going to start going down here. No Reaper grenades yet. ByuN finally uses one, trying to just escape and kill as many Lings as possible. He does keep 5 of the Reapers alive. And the Reaper production is done now. ByuN is transitioning into those Marines, which means that it's just this many Reapers, 10 more Lings on the way. Solar only at 25 workers right now, but he is starting to drone up behind this, feeling like he's got enough Lings out now to deal with this. He sees that the Reaper production has stopped. The Reapers are going to go try to get out of here, and a few of them escape, but most of them are just going to die. 2 of them running away for now, but I mean, I guess they're safe on this side of the map. There's really no way for the Lings to get over here. That's kind of funny. Only the Reapers can access the bottom side of the map at the start of the game, unless you mine through these mineral fields or kill these rocks, which is what Solar's doing. I hadn't realized that the Reapers could get down there, but no other units could. ByuN, of course, behind this. Again, transitioning into Marines. He has quite a few Marines out already. Stim is on the way in the main base, so it's a very safe tech lab. The reactor's a little exposed, but those are a little less important than the tech labs as far as Solar getting on top of them if he tried to kill them with the Lings. But ByuN has plenty of Marines to deal with that, and it looks like he's going to move across. Solar is going to spot this with the Lings, these Marines just running across the map. Medevacs haven't quite started yet, so I don't know how committed ByuN's going to be with this, but he does have a lot of Marines, and they're finding this cute little spot here. The Lings absolutely cannot fight the Marines if they're here. It's such a strong position for Marines to be in against Lings. Solar up to 52 workers, now back into Ling production. Just going to try to defend with Lings and Queens, which should be plenty. I actually think Solar's in a pretty okay spot here. No lair just yet is a bit unfortunate, and the Evo chamber is just now starting. Also a bit unfortunate as that +1's finishing up for ByuN. He's got the 2 medevacs. A big thing here for ByuN, though, he doesn't have a 3rd command center. With the 2 racks opener, usually we see a very fast 3rd CC. But not the case here. It's going to be a while before ByuN can take that 3rd base, so he kind of needs to go get some real damage done. He's going to have a lot of Marines with this, though, and without any Banelings here, Solar, he's just going to be on Ling Queen to defend this. I think this is going to be very tough for Solar. There's a lot of Marines stimming forward, and ByuN's just going for it. The Ling's coming in now. There's still a Reaper with this. Even the medevacs getting targeted down by the Queens, but that means these Marines are living for such a long time. They're still on the first stim. There goes the second one. That does mean these Marines are taking a lot of damage just from the stims, but is it going to matter? They are overwhelming the Lings and the Queens right now, and Solar is just forced to tap out, neglecting the Baneling nest. I think expecting the follow-up to be not quite that many Marines so aggressively. But without the 3rd command center, ByuN is able to spend all of his money on pure Marine power. And it was just too much, just completely overwhelming the Lings and Queens. Lings and Queens can be so strong against those kinds of early stim Marine pressures, like the 16 Marine drop, 2-1-1 opener we've seen from ByuN for the last 8 years. But against that many stim Marines, it's too much. The clump of damage is too powerful. And yeah, ByuN overwhelming, running through what Solar had. Honestly, like 3 or 4 Banelings there could change that up. Even one Baneling connection, or even just that moment where ByuN has to focus fire on the Baneling, can be so powerful for the Zerg. But that wasn't the case. No Banelings there means our Terran is now up 1-0, spawning now in the upper left side of Oceanborn. It's ByuN. And of course, his opponent in the lower right-hand corner for onside, Solar. Unable to hold there. But I will say, in general, holding is one of Solar's specialties. And I think the way I view Solar's gameplay, he's very macro-oriented. Very seldomly does he cheese or get very aggressive in the early game. I don't expect him to do those kinds of roach pushes that we saw earlier from Wayne or that we see from Dark, where he's roach ravaging all day. Solar is much more macro-focused than that. He is more likely to sit back and just try to absorb all of the damage Terran is trying to do to him. And eventually, Solar will have enough power to push out. And I've seen so many games where it feels like the Terran is winning and winning and winning. And drones are dying and Lings are being traded out constantly. And it just feels like Solar's on the back foot for 10 minutes, 12 minutes of a game. And then all of a sudden, he just pushes across the map and wins. And it's just this... It's this energy Solar has where it's like he just absorbs everything. And then eventually the Terran, who has spent so long being aggressive but hasn't necessarily had a chance to tech into a solid defensive army, is a little overextended, and Solar takes advantage of it. Takes advantage of a Marine heavy composition and overwhelms with good units that are good against Marines. Not even necessarily late game units. A lot of times it's just like Lingbane Hydra, but he just has too much. I kind of love it. I love the way Solar plays. But ByuN's like, you're so good in the macro game. What if I just... But think about if I just built 3 racks of Reapers again. And yeah, pretty good strat. Pretty good strat. I will say Solar did recently make it through the round of 16 GSL. ByuN has not played yet. So ByuN will be playing this week, actually. Does ByuN play tonight? Does ByuN play in like a few hours and he's in the EPT Cup right now? Because that'd be honestly kind of a Chad move. This time it looks like the Reapers are going to focus on killing this third hatch. ByuN really wants to make sure Solar does not get this third hatch up. The Reaper's focusing on it right now, doing a lot of damage to it, forcing these queens out. But of course, with the 3 racks Reaper behind this, ByuN's going to have a lot of Reaper production. I'm surprised Solar has the Overlord here instead of up here to check. Especially considering last game. I'm like pretty confident Solar cannot hold this. I'm really shocked he's trying so hard to. The queens cannot transfuse out here, so they are pretty much guaranteed to just die. Down goes the second one, and now this base fully exposed. The Lings without Ling speed cannot get on top of this, but as I say that, they get their Ling speed. They're going to try to jump on top of these Reapers. The Reapers trying to get back, but 3 of them get caught. Oh, man. Huge mistake from ByuN, and he can't jump up the ramp over here or jump up to the high ground. Solar kills every single Reaper. What I would say, an uncharacteristic mistake there from ByuN, who now this game doesn't have those Marines back at home to defend this counterattack. Suddenly these reactors are feeling extremely exposed. They are guaranteed to fall. The supply depot can get repaired. There's no SCVs to repair it though. ByuN, he's gonna have to stop building over here to start repairing. He needs more SCVs to come down here and help. And there's just not a lot of units out to push these Lings away. They finally will back up as a couple more Marines are about to pop, but without any add-ons. ByuN's follow-up isn't nearly as strong. His natural CC is only just finishing as another cancel on another reactor. The SCV's all left. This barracks is getting very low. Oh my god, this barracks. Oh, it's gonna get repaired. Gonna get repaired up. But this is just such fantastic counterattacking here from Solar. Keeping the reactors down. Finally, it looks like enough Marines have popped where the Lings don't want to stick around anymore. The Ling count is pretty low. But Solar behind this, I mean, his third base stayed alive. Shockingly. The Reapers all went down, and Solar is now just going to drone up. Got a handful of Lings and Queens. I'm incredibly amazed that ByuN's pushing out right now. I think that would be a terrible idea for him to move across the map. Even with Stim, he's just so low on Marines. He's only got 8. There are 8 Marines out right now. And ByuN's going to build 1 medevac and a couple of Hellions. So he's changing it up a little bit. His build order plan was the same as last game. But this is his plan has been stunted. So instead, he's going to try to build a couple Hellions and move across the map with the Marines in the medevac and the Hellions on the ground. Seems to be the plan here. And just try to be a little bit annoying, clear some creep. But he's not going to be able to kill Solar this game. We are macroing, and Solar is in a great spot, I think, macro-wise. He's got his double Evo on the way. I assume we'll see the lair in just a little bit. Any push from ByuN is not going to be nearly as strong. Oh, he's actually going to lift up the Hellions with this. Ah, the Armory. Okay. ByuN has transitioned to a different all-in, this one involving Hellbats. Solar, again, is just on Ling Queen. There is, again, no Baneling Nest. The double Evos mean 1-1. That's a lot of investment. That's 200-200 at this early state of the game. And ByuN's about to hit with Hellbats with a bunch of Stim Marines. Does Solar have enough to hold? I think he should. With this many Queens here, with a bunch of Lings out as well. There's the big Stim. The Lings were looking for a counterattack, maybe trying to get some of the reinforcements, but Queens are starting to go down. Medevac taking a lot of damage here. The Queens finally take it out. Lings trying to get on top of, again, some of these reinforcements. The Marines can Stim one more time, at least most of them. The Queens starting to really fall here. Only a couple of them left. They need to focus fire these Hellbats so the Lings can clean up the Marines, and that's exactly what they do. And this game, Solar does hold. He holds very nicely against a Terran without a third command center even started. There it is, 63 to 42 workers. Solar's fourth base is done. He is droning it up. His Baneley nest is finished as well. Now his 1-1 is 3/4 of the way finished. The lair is done, so he drops the Hydra, and he's got Bane speed on the way. Solar is looking fantastic right now. And ByuN is pushing across the map with more Marines and Hellions. I don't know if this is going to work out too well for him. They do have combat shields as well as +1. But there's Banelings here for Solar now. And that's going to make it so much harder for ByuN to trade efficiently. More Banelings being morphed. And 1-1 is about to finish for Solar. And I think with 1-1, there's just no shot ByuN gets too much done. I like this move, though. He's going to try to drop some Hellbats in. He's thinking about it. Thinking about it. He decides against it. The Banelings tell him no. The Queens push away the medevac. ByuN continuing to parade across the map, just bringing everything he can. I just don't think it's ever going to be enough, though. Not against the Ling Bane with 1-1 here from Solar. ByuN's +1 armor is still kind of a bit away from being done, so he's going to be down an upgrade for a while. Oh my god, and the Banelings have speed! ByuN not watching for a second. That is all it takes. Solar sees those units right at the edge of creep, and he's like... just explodes those Banelings right onto the Marines. What a beautiful, beautiful hold from Solar. And that really comes down to, all of that comes down to ByuN losing those Reapers at the start of the game. I would say an uncharacteristic mistake from ByuN to have those Reapers just in kind of a bad position. The Lings, as soon as they got speed, Solar was right on top of it. Great hold from beginning to the end there from Solar. And now we're going to game 3. Going to be on Hecate. Hecate. Beyond that game, going for the when the all-in fails, just all-in again kind of strat. He did have a third CC behind that. I'm surprised he was so aggressive with all those Marines. I felt like he really didn't need to be that aggressive with them. Grimmy, I can't believe we got a Grimmy raid. That makes me so happy. Grimmy, I hope you're doing well, my friend. We are enjoying some high-level StarCraft here at our EPT Cup Americas right now. I hope you had a lovely stream. And we're hopping into game 3 between these two beautiful players. In the upper right-hand corner, it is ByuN for the Shopify Rebellion. And his opponent in the lower left-hand corner is Onside Gaming's Solar. The gas and a pool first from Solar? What? Oh my god. ByuN, this is a very interesting barracks position from ByuN. This is the I want my add-on to fill the wall position. I don't like this position at all. I feel like this position really sucks. But you know, that is the position. And Solar, I can't believe Solar's actually going for this. Early gas, early pull out of Solar. What did I say at the start of the series? I was like, he's very macro focused. Don't expect to see him do those cheeses that we see from like a Wayne or a Dark. But I think he's going to drop a Roach Ward behind this. I think he very well might. It is another third Rax here out of ByuN. I guess this is the best way. I feel like you can put the barracks here and the barracks here, though, and just get both. Oh, I see. If you put the barracks here, then the add-on can't go down. I feel like there's a better way to do this wall where you don't have an add-on in the wall. But you know what? ByuN's the expert. Solar not going for the Roach Horn, at least yet. Just going for a quick Ling speed and pulling completely off of gas. So yeah, I guess it is just going to be Lings and Queens. But he wants that early Ling speed. Maybe after last game, catching ByuN off guard with the Ling speed, he's like, I sense a weakness. Sense a weakness. And he's going to try to take ByuN down with this surprise speed. Now, ByuN's going to get here and see a hatchery not finished. And he knows that some cheekiness is happening. This first Reaper wants to go scout and see, is there a Roach Warren? What are you doing? Not mining gas. Ling Speed's on the way, no Roach Warren. ByuN knows what's up now. He knows Ling Speed is going to be very early. I would be surprised if he kept these Reapers out here. I feel like the good play for ByuN now is actually to just go home, build your add-ons, keep your Reapers behind the wall, and just kind of chill. But he's absolutely not doing that. And I'm getting a little worried for him. Okay, he backs away. I think he's got to keep backing up, man. I don't think he can hang out here. There's so many Lings out. 18 Lings. He's going to group up with at least another Reaper. Yeah, it's 5 Reapers here with the Ursadak. And he's going to run away. And I think this is absolutely the right call from ByuN. Ooh, his natural CC feels so late. I assume this is about the time that it's been going down, but it just feels so late. And now that he can't be out on the map, kind of love this for Solar. Because, yeah, ByuN's going into Stim and double Reactor. He's going to go for that same build he's been going for games 1 and 2. Again, I'm not too surprised to see him go for this since he does have GSL coming up and is probably just trying not to show any new builds before that. Starting to hit the third base. The Lings have come back home. This is quite a few Reapers. We have 8 Reapers here. So a few more Lings on the way. And the Queen's Ling's going to push out here. There is some creep spread from this base. Base taking a lot of damage. Can the Reapers kill it? They decide it's not safe to try, at least for now. But it has taken about half damage. The Reapers are going to poke in. Oh, they get that Queen. I think that was at the expense of a Reaper, though. So, again, the Reapers just have to be careful. Because the Lings can absolutely wrap around them if they're not paying attention. Great jukes and jives here out of ByuN. And I should be able to get away. I can't believe he turns around. Sometimes I'm just so surprised at the boldness of ByuN with his Reapers. Especially considering he lost them last game, but still feeling very confident in his Reaper control. Still poking and prodding. Of course, behind this, he's doing the same thing as game 1, just pumping out Marines and getting towards a couple of medevacs. I think he's going to do the same kind of Stim Marine push that we saw in game 1. This music feels so loud. I need to turn this music down. I don't want to do it right now, though, because things are very interesting here. The Ling's going to try to get on top of the Reapers again. Oh, catching maybe a couple of them. The Reaper grenades are so good at stopping the surrounds from actually doing anything, though. And somehow, yeah, what? He didn't lose a single Reaper there. It's just the one from earlier. What? Solar, as confused as I am at how the Reapers managed to stay alive. ByuN just too good. And now there's 7 Reapers with this Stim Marine push. Stim is done. The medevacs are halfway done. I don't think ByuN's going to wait for them, though. He just killed all the Lings. He's going to scan up and make sure he's all right here. And then he's going to stim forward. And GG gets called. ByuN. It's crazy how he did the same build 3 times. And it worked in game 1. Despite losing most of the Reapers, he traded well enough where it worked anyways. Game 2, he lost the Reapers very inefficiently. It didn't work at all. Game 3, he traded so damn well. It's actually insane how much that build just hinges on trading well with the Reapers. It's such a direct comparison in those 3 games. Wow.